Year 2012, proclaimed by United Nations as International Year of Cooperatives, has caused a positive outlook to develop about the cooperative movement and its members in our country. Many have said about the great cooperative potential as well as the magnificent achievements in all sectors from social cooperatives to housing ones. Cooperative activity is a chance for everyone: consumers, farmers, workers, small dealers and producers. With cooperation based on the principles of solidarity, autonomy, joint responsibility and justice, people can achieve goals that alone would be hard to achieve. With community entrepreneurship, personal interests can be protected more efficiently than in the harsh reality of the free market. The strength of the cooperative movement is not a financial capital, but social. Almost 10,000 cooperatives in 16 sectors provide over 3,000 of the safest workplaces in Poland.
Trudnej rzeczywistości, jaką stanowi czy tworzy współczesny kapitalizm, okazuje się, że piękna spółdzielcza idea jest także ideą bardzo użyteczną. Bardzo wyraźnie widać, że dynamiczny system kapitalistyczny przynosi także bardzo poważne zagrożenia i że odpowiedzią na te zagrożenia może być powszechna aktywność społeczna i zawodowa ludzi. Spółdzielnie stanowią taką szansę na zapewnienie aktywności dla wielu ludzi. Spółdzielnie kierują się określonymi zasadami współpracy, solidaryzmu, współdziałania, łączą ludzi, pomagają wspólnie przezwyciężać to, co jest w pojedynkę trudne do osiągnięcia bądź wręcz niemożliwe. Piękna spółdzielcza idea w Polsce trwa już ponad 1,5 wieku. Dzisiaj mamy spółdzielnie, które ukończyły już 150 lat nieprzerwanej działalności. Poprzez tą historię i tą tradycję widać, jak bardzo spółdzielnie są potrzebne ludziom, jak trwały mają system wartości i cały czas przez ludzi są szanowane i cenione. Chcielibyśmy, aby zrozumienie tej idei spółdzielczej było lepsze wśród elit politycznych, aby politycy nie wpisywali spółdzielni w system komercyjny, który jest obcy ideowo dla naszego sposobu myślenia i gospodarowania. Liczymy także, że właśnie Europejskie Zgromadzenie Spółdzielcze, które odbywa się w Warszawie, pomoże nam w ukształtowaniu właściwych postaw i zakończy pewien proces odreagowywania przeszłości, który ciągle gdzieś ciąży na procesach legislacyjnych. Myślę, że przed spółdzielczością polską, ale także przed europejską jest bardzo dobra perspektywa, bo ludzie po prostu tej formy gospodarowania będą potrzebować coraz bardziej.
Despite huge competition of supranational trade networks, consumer cooperatives have clearly marked their place on the market. The main message is better life for the members and a better chance for cheaper and better products for the consumers. Flagships of Spoem are colorful, well-equipped and efficiently working business establishments attracting numerous crowds of people. Nearly 240 shops in 60 cooperatives work in technology, Lux and LuxMe. Spoem, having over 140 years of tradition, consists of 346 cooperatives, 268 of which are associated with National Auditing, Union of Consumers Cooperatives in Warsaw. Their revenue in the year 2012 exceeded 10 billion zlotys. In recent times, many Spoem-like shopping centers were built in Kalisz, Siedlce and Śrem. New Spoem trading and manufacturing investments meet all the EU requirements as modern and safe workplaces. Also, the continuous development and modernization of existing establishments cannot be missed. Skarbek department store still exists. Despite the ongoing modernization of Katowice's marketplace and surrounding streets, Skarbek has retained its loyal customers. In Warsaw, Consumer Cooperative can be proud of many well-functioning commercial buildings. The flagship company of Consumer Cooperative in the capital city is Mokpol, which is located in the Sadyba district, in which many customers from other Warsaw districts shop in view of very good and varied range of goods. Cooperative enterprises build a better world. This is true now and has been for over 150 years. The Polish cooperative banks in Brodnica, Golub-Dobrzyń, Pleszew and Środa Wielkopolska have been in existence for the same amount of time. They were created in response to poverty and pervasive usury. Because of their work, the development of many local communities was possible, and local merchants, craftsmen, as well as farmers obtained a real opportunity to develop their workshops. Today, cooperative banks are the most reliable and user-friendly financial institutions that support the development of small and medium-sized businesses and individual entrepreneurship. They are owned by more than 1.5 million members. This is one of the flagships of Polish cooperative movement. In recent years, credit unions have joined cooperative banks, quickly earning the recognition and respect of more than 2 million members, the co-owners and customers. Students' cooperatives in our country are growing quickly. The unofficial capital of students' cooperative is Ostrołęka, where in basic vocational school a pupil cooperative Economic works for 15 years now. Within the agricultural cooperative sector, there are operating cooperatives, dairy cooperatives, Samopomoc Chłopska cooperatives, horticultural and beekeeping cooperatives, agricultural production cooperatives, and agricultural services cooperatives, as well as cooperative farmers groups. To the most modern cooperatives in Europe belong our dairy cooperatives, whose history is as long as the cooperative banks. Their products are well known and appreciated on internal market as well as abroad. Dairy producers, thanks to cooperatives, were able to compete in the harsh commercial market. 70% of the market belongs to cooperatives. Products made by Polish dairy cooperatives are well known in many countries, not just in Europe. At the Warsaw market, valued and sought-after products are not only made by large dairy cooperatives like Mlekpol, Piątnica, Mlekowita, Krasny Staw, but also many smaller ones. Cultivation and agricultural cooperative Dawidy is a well-known and respected producer of potted plants in the country and Europe. The production of greenhouse plants began over 30 years ago. It's led to 4 acres of greenhouses equipped with an automatic irrigation system. A strong position on the Polish market is held by community cooperatives Samopomoc Chłopska. More than 1,200 cooperatives run commercial activities, supply farmers with means of production, and are engaged in processing and baking. Community cooperative Samopomoc Chłopska from Szadek is an excellent example of cooperative management. The cooperative buys grain and livestock, produces flour and animal feed, has its own bakery, pastry shop and butcher's shop. A large part of the manufactured products are sold in their stores. This is a classic cooperative model of supply and sale. Everything that is produced not only looks good but also has unforgettable taste and smell. It was repeatedly honored and received awards for its products. Recently, Cooperative has successfully exhibited their products at Grüne Woche Fair in Berlin, as well as the touristic regions fair, Na styku Kultur, in Łódź. And the last one, cake bread made in Szadek, was a big hit. Cooperative farmers groups present themselves very well in the Polish economy. These groups with cooperative status help their members to spring up on the difficult and competitive agri-food market. They specialize in certain products, fruit and vegetables, pigs, wheat and rapeseed, as well as poultry. Today there are more than 400. One of the exemplary group is Lubawska Group of pig producers, Lubtucz. Established in 2003 on the initiative of farmers based on the Lubawskie Companionship of Pig Producers. Lubtucz sells 55,000 fattening pigs per year, which is 15% of production in Iławski County. Dozens of farmers' groups work in Podkarpacie. One of them is the farmers' group Farmer, which at the end of last year started a modern base for drying and storing grain, rapeseed and maize. They spent almost 7 million zlotys on modern facilities. Almost half of the amount was gained from European Union through restructuring agency, and the remaining sum they had to invest themselves. Co-owners of warehouses in the 21st century in Wetrin are farmers and agricultural producers cooperatives. The group manages 2,000 hectares of agricultural land, where annually 7,000 tons of grain and rapeseed is produced. A unique example of a cooperative farm is the Cooperative Agrofirma Witkowo. 1,450 members of the cooperative owns more than 13,000 acres of farmland. Agrofirma has 8,500 units of dairy and slaughter cattle. Annual sale of milk is more than 18 million liters. In 2011, 17,000 tons of meat was produced. Moreover, 35 million eggs and 3.5 million hatching eggs were produced. Agrofirma is also an agri-food processing industry. A significant part of what is produced is sold in its own commercial network that has 85 stores. The biggest supplier of bread on the Warsaw market is the Baking and Biscuit Cooperative. Existing for more than 65 years on the market, it is the best and most modern cooperative in Poland. SPC products are of high quality and have excellent flavors, because Baking and Biscuit Cooperative is the leader of production of bread on the Warsaw market. The cooperative has 3 bakeries: Żoliborska, Żerań Lubelska and Krakowiaków, and 1 pastry shop, Zakład Ciastkarski. All the production facilities have been completely modernized and equipped with the latest technological lines. Nearly 1,200 enterprises are widely employed workers' cooperatives. Among them, there are worker cooperatives operating for more than 140 years, blind and disabled cooperatives, craft cooperatives, folk handcraft and artistic cooperatives, Cepelia, as well as social cooperatives which have developed in the last couple of years. They have set themselves the goal of achieving very high quality. It is a result of a well-prepared workforce. Among the many excellent work cooperatives is Muszynianka, producing an excellent mineral water of the same name. Well managed, it is doing well in a market economy. In 2013, Muszynianka was among 5 cooperatives honored by EU for coping best with the crisis. In many industries, despite a very difficult market, cooperatives are gaining more and more new customers. A great example is OWS Commerce and Production Cooperative of Protection Elements. OWS is the only Polish producer of snap rings on a mass scale. The equipment of the highest quality is produced by the 1st of May's Electrotechnical Work Cooperative. Electrotechnical Work Cooperative was established in 1950 from the conversion of small private enterprises of metal and electrotechnical industry. Jan Kiliński's Work Cooperative of Leather Goods is doing very well on the economic market. It produces shoes, mainly for the uniformed services. These are world-class products. They did pretty well on Polish military missions and during fire brigade actions. Lately, young people interested in walking in the mountains and cultivating tourism are more and more interested in the shoes made by the cooperative because Kiliński's shoes, as tour guides confirm, are perfectly suited for those purposes. They are comfortable and do not leak. The Pharmaceutical Work Cooperative, known for a famous syrup called Guaiazil, owes its success to a great crew and excellent management. Espefa is a modern pharmaceutical facility producing drugs with the principles established by GMP. After 65 years, the work cooperative MPW Medical Instruments has mastered the global market for centrifuges. As the only Polish manufacturer of laboratory and medical centrifuges, can satisfy even the most fastidious customer requirements, both in Poland as well as in many other countries on all continents. Among disabled workers' cooperatives, Electromechanical Facilities Elektra in Warsaw stands out. A leading manufacturer of emergency vehicle lighting for emergency vehicles has an extensive dealer network in the country, and its products are exported to 12 countries. Among cooperatives operating in the health sector, Doctor Specialists Work Cooperative Zdrowie from Olsztyn stands out. It runs its business continuously since 1953. The cooperative provides comprehensive medical care for the majority of specializations in dental and ambulatory care. In 2008, the cooperative had about 100,000 patients with a workforce of approximately 120 people. In order to improve patient care in 2011, system of e-medical society was implemented. It involves the computerization of activities like the registration of patients and the transition to electronic medical records, as well as settlement of provided services. Established in 1949, the work cooperative Powiśle in Kwidzyn specializes in the manufacture and sale of carnival costumes for domestic market and for export. The cooperative's most popular good are plain costumes for kids and adults. Many years of experience, original designs, rich colors and aesthetic performance make the products from cooperative Powiśle not inferior in quality to products from Western companies. A new phenomenon for several years in Poland are social cooperatives aimed at creating employment opportunities for people excluded from the labor market. Although they only started to appear a few years ago, the country has as many as 700 in place. Social cooperatives specialize in broadly defined services from construction through ecology, catering, interior design, and childcare. Nearly 1/3 of them cooperate with other cooperative sectors, particularly with housing cooperatives. The best examples of social cooperatives operating in the building industry are social cooperatives in Poznań, Radom, and Byczyny. More recently, in Warsaw, many new social cooperatives were created, including the highly successful hostel Emma. The largest share in Polish cooperatives are housing cooperatives. There are nearly 3.5 million dwellings in which 10 million people live, which is about 27% of citizens of our country. Housing cooperatives have made a huge effort for the renovation of old housing stock, which is primarily administered by them. The greatest strength is not only the care they take of housing conditions of its members, but also their attempts to improve public space and instigate socio-cultural development. In this field, cooperatives are excellent partner for local governments, which greatly appreciate such cooperation. There are many great cooperatives that can be pointed out. From this huge list, we picked housing cooperative Służew nad Dolinką in Warsaw. The same size as the Vatican City, the housing cooperative is Warsaw's flagship. The district is not fenced but monitored, and the so-called old resources look better today than when they were put into operation. In housing cooperatives operates more than 1,500 cooperative houses of culture, clubs and community centers. They are used by a huge crowd of young people, but also older people, who develop their interests and shape their personalities.
Nowy taniec znany, pani nie umie, a to wstyd. To mocny krok, to właśnie nawet łok.
Spółdzielczość mieszkaniowa to 3,5 miliona mieszkań, 10 milionów członków spółdzielni na 12 milionów mieszkań w ogóle, które w Polsce są w użytkowaniu. Co czwarte mieszkanie to mieszkanie spółdzielcze. To świadczy o sile i potędze spółdzielczości mieszkaniowej w Polsce. Jest tylko rzeczą dla nas niezrozumiałą, że mimo tego, że spełniamy wszystkie oczekiwania członków, jesteśmy dezawuowani, dyskryminowani przez władzę. Czego przykładem są kolejne inicjatywy ustawodawcze, bo od 8 co najmniej lat, można spokojnie powiedzieć od 20, nic się nie robi, jedynie próbuje się poprawiać spółdzielczość mieszkaniową, twierdząc czy realizując dawno znane hasło: władza wie lepiej, jak obywatela urządzić. Korzystając z faktu tej konferencji, która odbyła się w Polsce, tu w Warszawie, chcemy również wykazać, że międzynarodowe organizacje powinny zająć jednoznaczne, w mojej ocenie, stanowisko co nie do zgodności proponowanych rozwiązań z międzynarodowymi zasadami spółdzielczymi i skorzystać z faktu, że przy Parlamencie Europejskim została powołana Komisja do Spraw Spółdzielczości i spróbować podjąć w formie uchwały czy w jakiejś innej formie prawnej jednoznaczne stanowisko, którym określimy definicję spółdzielni jako bytu gospodarczego o charakterze korporacyjnym, która będzie obowiązywała we wszystkich krajach Unii Europejskiej.
With competitions being run by National Cooperative Council each year, we learn about excellent cooperative activists prominent in their work and commitment. Prestigious awards include Local Government Cooperative, Cooperative Manager, and Oscar of Polish Cooperative Movement. Most popular competition is the competition for the best research work in the field of cooperative movement, which promotes subjects among students and academic staff of universities and research institutes. Opportunity to showcase the enormous achievements of the cooperative movement are annual events, fairs and festivals. International Exhibition of Folk Art in Krakow is a unique marketplace which gives opportunity to the purchase of artistic handcraft products. Unique in the world is the annual cooperative Spartacad, organized by the National Cooperative Council under the auspices of the Polish Olympic Committee. Sports competitions in winter sports are a great part of integrating cooperative community. For last few years, the Spartacades have their international character, as among the participants there are cooperators from other countries. Cooperative Artistic Bands Festival Rainbow has inscribed itself in cultural events calendar. The festival enjoys great interest of the audience and is an authentic celebration of folklore. Thanks to cooperative bands, October in Polanica Zdrój becomes the color of sunshine.